One school of thought is that we should push back the reopening to a much later date until we have cases that are near zero, consistently for many days. But this is in fact very hard to achieve and may not even be possible to do so given how transmissible the Delta variant is. And if we were to take this approach, it will mean we have restrictive measures in place for many months, which will cause many businesses to fold. So that's not a very realistic option. Another school of thought is that, well, you say that this is going to be endemic. Our infection rates in Singapore are very low compared to many other places which have already opened up more aggressively. And on top of that, we already have vaccines in place now. So let's just proceed as planned to continue to ease up and relax measures and not overreact to each and every new cluster. Now, I can understand the sentiments behind this, and indeed, we do want to proceed with our reopening more confidently. But our vaccination rates currently are still not high enough to provide sufficient protection. You have to look, where it comes to vaccination, you have to look both at the first dose, which indicates the coverage of protection, as well as the second dose, which confers full protection. And as you heard from Minister Ong Ye Kung just now, our rates are 49% for first doses and 35% for full vaccination. And that's not high enough, particularly the full vaccination rates. Our vaccine coverage for the vulnerable groups, the elderly, it's not bad. It's certainly above 60%, but still not high enough, especially for those who are above 70 years old. We would like it to be much higher in order to protect our vulnerable groups. So if we were to ease our restrictions too early, big clusters can easily break out and overwhelm us and result in higher hospitalization and even mortality for the vulnerable groups. That's exactly what we are worried about. And you can see this happening in other places too. For example, in the UK, they too have decided to push back their reopening timelines precisely for the same concerns. And that's why we are not adopting either approach. Instead, we are treading a very careful path forward based on a rigorous assessment of our current situation.